On May 18th, 2019, I had an appointment at Nike Bespoke Lab at 21 Mercer. Before my appointment, I stopped by a few times to go through the materials, go home and put my ideas into colors and patterns. I had to learn very fast where I was going to draw inspiration from. I've been a lifelong sneakerhead, and in some way I wanted to balance my favorite shoes with some of the things that meant the most to me. After I figured out how I would be able to pay for it, I came out with a plan to tie back into my music. So first thing I did was I found the logo for my 12th album, The Crown, and at that point I was probably 30% done with the album. My appointment was about 4 hours. Most of it was just me being frustrated about just how to match the colors with the way they were in my head. 4 different versions of the shoe before we then just had lunch, and then it all came together. And as far as the materials go, I chose denim because, making my first trips to Soho as a teen, washed denim was always the best option for your kicks, way before the jogger era. I chose the floral vamp because it felt like I was the rose that came out the concrete a lot of times in most situations. The salmon colors because of my pescatarian lifestyle. Red tongue because that was just my favorite color growing up. The baby blue was the closest I could get to the Invisible Woman Air Force One, which was like the one that just did it for me growing up, being a sneakerhead. Royal blue and checkered flag for Nip Hussle the Great. Zebra check because of the Safari Atmos Air Max 1. And the zebra looked like a checkered flag, distorted from the angle. Embroidered number 12, for my 12th album. And then the laser engraved Forever on Some Fly, dedicated to Nip Hussle the Great also. I've been using that on my merch for a while now, just to pay tribute to him, just while even give him his flowers while he was still here. Also engraved Crown for the album. Green sock lining for the street signs in the Bronx. Yellow outsole just to give it a nice finishing touch. I used cork insoles inspired by the LeBron X EXT. All my albums listed on one of the insoles, and then on the other insole was my mom and pop's names, the streets I lived on, the schools I went to, and Jason and Dean, just because the designers never get enough credit. My son's name on one tongue in Yankee font because my son's name's Jeter, and on the other tongue my daughter's name is Andy. So I tried my best to put like a Toy Story font, Toy Story twist to it. And each tongue has lyrics inspired from my songs that were about both my kids. One is my blessing ain't famous, it changed the world. Never thought I'd have a son, and then I had a girl. And then the other reads, my daughter's my queen, my son is my junior. Both can have the world, I'm trying to give him it sooner. So that's pretty much, those are my biggest influences for the shoe. And, then going into production, I had to recolor the flower. You gotta make it 6 colors for, when you're making patches or just anything that usually involves printing. So I had to get down to 6 colors. So I chose the purple, because that was my kid's mom's favorite color. Gave her a little input on it. Yeah, one of the things that I wanted the most was like my own shoe line or collab or anything. So just in the process of making this one, I had the thought process just to simulate a real sneaker rollout, showcase the energy and just put on display that on an independent level that, not everybody that has popularity has a demand, and just kind of separate myself, just show like marketing genius and just show a lot of different attributes that, can, be helpful in just a lot of different things as far as consulted in the future or just whatever it may be. So the first idea I had was to make pens. Of course I reached out to the homie Trippy Pens, and after that, then I got the cards made on like Vistaprint, and then I got the stickers, and I reached out to get shirts, and this one took me a while to get the custom box, but I just knew that the custom box would be like a finishing touch. And with the album date approaching, it was nerve-wracking because like I said, the sneaker was supposed to tie back into the music. So as I waited for the shoe, And I had put so much into the sneaker. It was like the music still had to grow a life of its own. And I just knew that if everything was executed the right way, that they'll both align in just some way. And when the sneaker finally came, I wanted to get some lifestyle like stock images. I reached out to Air Jordan K on IG, who takes amazing product pictures, and my boy Phil Matthews, who's I've known since high school, I think 9th or 10th grade, who I credit the most with my rebrand, just because the pics he takes of me, it really helped me get my engagement to the next level. And my finishing touch for my rollout was, I knew it was a chance that I'll attend, Nike campus somehow in the summer. So I wanted to make sure I brought the shoe, show a couple homies. And, at the same time, as if I debuted it on those grounds, it'll really show a lot of initiative. It'll show like how serious I am about, product and attention to detail and stuff like that. And, here we have it, the finishing touch, Air J Tips. Many to come.